Can you tell me a little bit about like our team? Yeah. So we're the habitat for the and so we spend a lot of our time learning how to communicate a lot of the arboretum ideas about climate-ready gardening to the general public. We spend a lot of time at plant sales and at like doing outreach and science education. We also do a lot of maintenance around the arboretum, like pulling mulching, stuff like that. Not really. Yeah.
So, can you guys bring it in a little bit, or maybe just tell us a little bit about your demo and what you're doing today?
So this is our climate-ready garden, and we're just basically teaching people how to build their gardens for future landscapes and for different things, like more pollinators or more bugs or different insects and different animals to your garden.
Yeah. Like in the next 20 to 30 years, our climate's going to look really different than it does now. So it's really important that we inform people that the traditional lawn or the traditional kind of trees are probably not going to work far into the future. So we want to promote plants that are drought tolerant, are heat tolerant, and that do support a lot of our local biodiversity.
And you guys are all students at UCD right now?
We are.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
All Davis students.
And you're majoring in?
Environmental design.
Wildlife conservation.
Environmental science.
Sustainable agriculture.
Thank you so much that you guys are here.
But what kind of honey?
If you stamp this one here, this gives you an hour guidance.
Stuff.
So this is an observation hive. We don't have a queen today. Unfortunately, she jumped in the process of loading up the observation hive. Oops. We are members of the Sacramento Area Beekeepers Association. All of us are very passionate beekeepers. We love what we do. We love to come out here and talk with people and share our passion and knowledge. And try to encourage others to consider becoming beekeepers.
And what are we looking at here today specifically?
This is an observation hive. We use this for educational purposes. We have elementary schools or private functions or even public functions that want one of us to come out and talk to people about bees. This is what we take with us.
And what are they doing right now? Is this essentially what they do on a day-to-day basis?
Somewhat. These are known as deep frames, and this is what we call a brood box. Brood box is where the queen effectively lays eggs and stores resources for the bees that are hatched. Over here, if you look, this is drawn out comb. The queen will lay her eggs in the center. Outside here is capped honey. This is a resource of food.
Sorry.
And as you notice, we unfortunately don't have a queen, but you'll notice the worker bees and nurse bees taking care of the uncapped brood, which they have to feed still until they cap it over. And then if you go on the other side, this is a feeder. She's the sugar water. And here, you can see the drawn comb. We call that your equity in beekeeping. The beekeeper, especially a new beekeeper, these first years spend the majority of their time building out combs. In the second year, they don't have to work as hard as the beekeeper, so everything goes a little bit faster. You don't expect to get honey your first harvest unless you have drawn out comb. And even then, you want to give your bees an opportunity to build out their own home.
How long does it take them to build out this environment?
So if you took well, as I mentioned, they have to build out comb. Without comb, the queen can't lay eggs. Okay? Without comb, they can't store resources, honey, nectar, pollen, or make propolis.
So when they first start
Building combs, it all is going to depend on a lot of different things. So if you looked at a bee frame, this is a foundationless frame. They'll still build a comb in here. Okay? How long does it take? It varies by weather, conditions, forage opportunity, what's around. This time of year, which is called the flow season, meaning that we've had some rain, everything is in bloom. Literally, all of this is taking place, and now beekeepers are ready to put on their honey scissors. So I was just over at Man Lake, which is the bee supply company here in Woodland, and everybody, including myself, was buying honey frames. Okay? How fast can they build out honey? Depends on the activity of the hive. If you've got a very healthy, thriving queen that's laying away, everybody's doing their job really well, they can draw out an actual crane in as little as a week. Okay? Considering they only live about 42 days, not bad. Busy. Yeah, they are very busy. They are busy. Yeah, they are busy.
You don't like it?
You.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it made
I'm miserable without this. Yeah, it's still fun to come up with you more than anyone.
Well, that,
Yeah.
So if you're feeling like, hey, I'm willing to try something fairly straightforward, easy, we've got some of those recipes for you. Those golden biscuits were definitely one of those recipes. 4 ingredients, real straightforward. See that? That's the end of the story. Right? So, here's what we're going to do. Take some egg wash. Egg wash. It could be just eggs, could be eggs and water, could be eggs and milk. Usually brush. Right, you brush, you go to set. It's not necessarily as even as it could possibly be. I like a spray bottle. Right, so spray. See how even that is? Oh my goodness. Really even. Like just pea spray, you have to touch it. When you touch it, all that poofing, you want that nice red. Well, you can just make it settle. You can also eat marks on there. So we got a little bit of that egg wash on there, yeah? And now,
Hey, so you get the front, I'll get the back.
Amy, can you tell me a little more about that program?
So this last year, we were contacted by the Conservation District, and they asked us if we would like to take some acreage of our land and dedicate it specifically to the habitat. So what that involves is you take a piece of your acreage and you say, I've designated this specific spot to become bee habitat, and that's
for the extended future. For the rest of the time, that piece that we took will now be habitat. So what we've done is we created water sources for them. We have a small pond. We've planted native species, flowers, grasses, and we turned that into a little bee habitat for them. They've made bee houses, which is kind of cool. They have the schools, have the little kids make bee houses and homes, and then they, I'm not exactly sure what they are, but something that attracts the bees are like inserted into the little bee home, and so it's supposed to promote their, attraction to the area, and then with the environment you provide, it becomes a good safe place for them to have a job.
Haley was telling us earlier too that they just planted some pear trees in their orchard, and talk to us about the difference between how pears are planted and then also the trellis system and the density that we use for apples.
So when we plant our pear trees, you have to plant them a little bit farther apart. Pears, they've tried.
You're very welcome. Have a good one. Thank you. You want a receipt?
So honey likes to crystallize, right? And we control how the honey crystallizes.
¿Puedo go el otro día?
Just ask for him. Oh. Because we have them all made. I can taste it. This is the avocado honey, another unique honey.
I'll say compared to buckwheat, buckwheat is more like animal, like kind of like really strong, but this one is like more spiceful. Like you can taste like the mustard seed, the star anise, and when you use it for cooking, you put it in your barbecue ribs, put it in your, on your pizza, or like, it's really good.